In this video, we are going to discuss about urban floods. Generally, floods is a phenomena when uh, in an unusual dry place there is some large amount of water getting into a dry place and making it unusable for a complete flood. So, in that scenarios, it could be called as a flood, and it could be due to sudden rainfall. For example, some of the rainfalls in Uttarakhand in 2014 was unusual rain. Uh, the precipitation on a single day must have been precipitated for a period of 1 year. So it is a sudden rainfall, unexpected rainfall. So floods might occur due to these scenarios. Nextly, floods might occur due to overflow of rivers. That is, a river is having certain capacity to store. When water is excess to that particular storing capacity of that river, the excess water comes out, and that might be a cause of flood. And even the precipitation is a main factor for the overflowing of river, as the river water gets water from two places, from either rain or from its place of origin. Nextly, it might also be due to high melting of snow. As you might know, due to problems like global warming and so on, the average temperature of the earth increases, and the melting of glaciers is also a serious problem. Even the rise in sea levels is also observed, which is a potential harm to the countries which are low lying in the coastal zone. Similarly, sometimes even there may be problem due to melting of glaciers in flooding by overflow of rivers. So now let us get into the causes of urban flooding. Firstly, it is due to lack of proper drainage. The water which is got through precipitation must be getting into the ground. So when there is a lack of proper drainage, the precipitated water or the water which overflowed stays in the ground and doesn't uh, gets into the ground. So that becomes a problem, and due to that reason, we are able to see in some cities like Chennai where in some of the underways, uh, the underways fully filled with water. Uh, Problems like these are due to lack of proper drainage, and even it is not only due to lack of proper drainage, even the problem of the road construction might also be reason, because there are some roads which are having micro pore like structures which could get the water into the ground, but we aren't having such roads in our country, and so the water becomes stagnant, and it becomes a problem for transporting, especially in low lying areas. Nextly, the second cause of urban flood is high intensive rainfall, which is unpredictable. The meteorological department makes the report by observing the weather conditions, and they give a report. It's not a confirmed report, but just with the with the data they are collecting, they are just predicting that this might be the outcome, like rain and cloudy day and so on. But some scenarios cannot be even predicted, and the recent continuous rain in Chennai is also such a case that it was completely unpredicted. And so, unpredicted high intensified rainfalls is a problem for urban flood. People won't be ready. We know that many people are living in low lying areas. Due to immediate rainfall, they couldn't react immediately uh, in a shorter span of time. So we can't uh, only we can blame the nature in this aspect, and it's not the mistake of the nature. It's done due to climate change and aspects so on. So this also come under the human problem, the human made problem. Nextly, the unplanned urbanization is the main cause of urban floods. There are some buildings which are being constructed on the path where water must go, or the path which water generally travels. So, when the building is being constructed in such areas, water obviously it would just come and get stagnated in that place. And even as I said earlier, if there is no proper drainage and improper urban planning, then in the problem in the constructed sites where the planning is not correct and it is in low lying areas and it does not have proper drainage, so the water becomes stagnant and it does not go away. The upper lying areas escape, the water from the upper lying areas come to the areas which are lowly lying, and with very poor drainage system or even with no drainage systems. So this is the problem of urban floods, and major cities are affected mainly due to this problem. Nextly, the encroachment of bases. It's also a main reason. As I said earlier, like some of the buildings have been constructed on the river basins and on the path of river and even on the rivers which were existing some years ago. So when rivers become real estate sites, what water generally doesn't know that here is house and we must not get inside. Water would generally flow how it would go normally. Even if the governments build houses, they must properly plan the city and they must leave the place for water to go and go and mix in the sea. There are some times which are drought and we have no water. So proper planning could help us tackle the urban floods. Now let us get into the remedies which could be done to prevent urban floods. Firstly, we must create a sponge city, that is an area where a large amount of water can be stored with the large tanks. For example, Japan has some underground tanks where they can store a large amount of water, and this could not only make collect the excess water and stop flooding, but also that water could be used when the city is in drought. Secondly, rooftop vegetation could control the flood, that is growing up trees. A tree generally absorbs the water and gives it to the root and it increases the underground water. So the problem of flood is mostly due to the stagnant water, and the flood makes water stagnant in a place and it becomes difficult for transport. So by growing up many trees, along the basins. It would absorb the water and give to the ground, and so it would prevent flood. At the same time, in times of drought, there would be a good level of groundwater, and so with good level of groundwaters, people who are having bores can have access to water during that time. And people in every house, it is better to have a rain water harvesting to store the rainwater and use it when it is necessary in drought. So excess water, it won't waste, but it would be collected. Nextly, the proper urban planning would be the main remedy to prevent such floodings. If a city is well planned and the path where water is going is being traced, and if it is being properly studied and properly known with all the required data, a city must be restructured with proper urban planning such that despite the unpredictable rains, the city must not be affected. They might have roads, as I said earlier, which has very micro pores, which would make the water go into the underground or else, and it could have no low lying areas so that the floods might not come. It must have proper canals for the flow of water so that it won't overflow and it won't come into the city. And nextly, it should have a proper drainage system and so on. Nextly, developing some wetlands could also help the problem of urban floods, as wetlands would be having some swampy areas where it can accommodate a large amount of water naturally. And so these are all the remedies which could be done to prevent urban floods. Now, as a bonus point, I would just tell the 4 stages that the government declares when it comes to the intensity of rainfall by the meteorological department. The first stage is green stage. In this stage, the government or the meteorological department declares that there is going to be rain, but not something serious, so no need of fear. It's just a common normal rain. The next signal is yellow, and in this signal, the department says, or the government would say, that rain is going to come, so be precautious. And in this stage, we must be with some precaution. And it means, like, if you are hearing that rain might come, and if you are going to school, you could have a rainproof raincoat and umbrella if necessary. And so, to help yourself, the yellow signal is being declared by the government, and just as a little precaution. And nextly, the orange alert or the amber alert is a declaration where we must be safe and we must take care of our accommodations. You might think all are not being affected by this flood or by this stagnant water. Why must we take? It is especially for those who are lying in low areas. And the last and the most cautious alert is the red alert, which is the ultimate alert when it comes to rainfall. In it, people must be highly cautious as the climate change is so fast, and the possibilities of flood or the water coming into the city or into houses in case of low lying areas is very high, and people compulsory have to take care of their necessities, and if possible they should go to a better place, the people who are in low-lying areas and so on. So these are the alerts which the government is giving. So only with proper urban planning, problems like this could change, and not just by complaining about the natural phenomenon. It is the responsibility of the people and the government to have a proper drainage system and proper urban planning by reconstructing a city, and not having the problem of urban floods. Thank you.